Your eyes do not deceive you. I have two guitars here, and today I'm going to be comparing a Martin Custom Shop with a Martin Modern Deluxe and telling you how this guitar, which I designed, was sort of inspired by this one, so stick around. How's it going, y'all? This is Cooper Greenberg here at Alamo Music Center in San Antonio, Tejas. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Our website's called alamomusic.com. We got all the guitars on there and a bunch of other stuff. We're having fun today, and I've got two very pretty Martins, and I'm really excited to tell you about what I like about both of them. So you've seen this one on the channel if you are subscribed. If you haven't, what are you doing? But this is our latest Alamo Music Custom Shop exclusive. So I'm going to set that one down for a second. This one you have seen on here. This is the O Koa, or the Koa as Chris thinks it should be called, but it's a O and it's got Koa on it. So there you go, some nice Koa. And I picked out these woods when I was up at the factory just over a year ago, and they finally came in kind of this month and around this time. So we've been excited about these. And there's a few features on here that were very much inspired by the Modern Deluxe series. So I want to talk to you about those, what separates these two guitars in terms of specs, why I like both of them, and then also kind of tease a little bit when it comes to future Martin Custom Shops that may be in the works. So our guy over here, this is a Sitka spruce top with VTS. That is their vintage tone system. It is, heat aged. It is aged in a way using heat to give you a more played in kind of vintage tone, which I like and a lot of people like, and that's what you'll find on the Modern Deluxe guitars. That's what you'll find on the authentic guitars, well, some of them at least that say VTS. So it is a way of kind of getting more, or at least a different sound out of your Sitka spruce. So I think that's cool. On the inside, you've got golden era scalloped bracing, which is also kind of the bracing pattern that I really like, because there's more wood-to-wood contact. You minimize your vibration loss. We talked about this in the video before. I dig the bracing on this. So you got VTS Sitka, and you've got golden era bracing on the inside, which you can see, basically that means at the X in the center, wood-to-wood contact. There's no kind of loss in that transference of vibration, if you feel me. So golden era bracing, I dig it. This is the 45 style rosette. Got some herringbone on the purfling. Your binding on this guitar is going to be East Indian rosewood. We really dig that with Koa because it kind of highlights some of the darker tones of the Koa, but still offsets it in a really nice kind of contrasted way without it being, plastic binding. I like the wood binding. It's more wood, more tone, spelled T-O-A-N. So nice kind of, pretty aesthetic. It's got the Style 45 mosaic strip on the back, and I like the all wood kind of playing with some of the slight touches of pearl. I think it's a pretty look. Ebony on the fingerboard, ebony on the bridge. You got Koa overlay on the headstock here that kind of, we didn't pick out these pieces, but they picked out really nice pieces for us to kind of match the back. I didn't even think to pick the kind of head plate overlay, but they did, and it looks really, really great. And kind of hidden within the beautiful flame of this particular one, you got the CFM block inlay, which is my personal favorite. I really like that inlay. That's what I put on my custom OM that you guys have seen on here before. And you got open geared tuners on the back. These are Grovers. It's got the volute mahogany neck, and I think this guitar came out beautiful. I'm a really big fan of the look of the guitar, the sound of the guitar. It kind of hits my favorite sort of aesthetic, especially when it comes to a Martin, which is something that looks old school. It's got a few modern touches, but very kind of subtle. This is definitely more fancy with some of the pearl and like the mosaic strip. A little more fancy than the customs that we've spec'd out in the past, but I think it's just kind of adorned enough to offset and make it something special without going over the top with all kinds of pearl. It's got the short diamonds and squares, which is the same inlay that I put on the other one. So you kind of getting a feel for my vibe here. So I dig it. That's the custom Koa O. Now over here, after months and months of waiting, I got the 00018 Modern Deluxe. Now, Modern Deluxes right now, as you've probably seen if you're looking for one, they're not super easy to get a hold of. Customs, you already know you got to wait about a year for them. But anything Modern Deluxe right now for a new order, it's looking about the same. I mean, it's hard to tell because there's a bunch of different models, but I know new orders on Modern Deluxes right now. They're taking a long time and they're very, very popular, and you can kind of tell why. It is an old school inspired 00018 with a few extra nice features that take it from the old school to something more modern and more deluxe. So over here, Sitka VTS, same top that we have on the custom shop. This does have VTS Addy bracing. So Sitka top, Adirondack bracing. You've got ebony and ebony. It's got 18 style appointments with the rosette, with the lacking of the back strip, or the one kind of stripe that's very subtle. Got the dot inlays. Now, a couple things that set this off from a normal 00028, but also mirror what we got going on over on the custom shop. This also has rosewood binding. We're fans of the wood binding. Like I said, I dig it. This has a slightly different neck profile. So on our custom and a regular 00028, it's going to be a modified low oval with the high performance taper. This is the vintage deluxe neck. So a little bit different, kind of more to V territory, which I like. I think the difference is negligible. So if you're playing both of these, you might notice a little something different. Yes, this feels a little bit different, but it feels nice. So vintage deluxe neck. This has gold tuners as well, open geared. These are Waverleys. It's got the abalone script logo on there. And one big difference, so Modern Deluxes, you will have a carbon fiber bridge plate on the inside, strengthen it. I think it's cool. You will also have liquid metal bridge pins. Now these are the fancy pants bridge pins that I got roasted on the channel before for kind of poking fun at. They're nice. It's just one of those things. You hear it so often, it's like they got the liquid metal. So yes, this one comes with liquid metal bridge pins. Ours does not. I've got the bridge pins. We've got liquid metal. I've got them by my desk. If you really want them, I'll swap them out for you. You can get those separately. You can put them on any Martin guitar and get the liquid metal rock and roll, vibration enhancement system. There you go. So liquid metal on here, carbon fiber bridge plate, a little bit different bracing. Ours has the golden arrow. This has, Addy VTS scallop bracing. A little different on the neck profile. Grover's versus Waverly's. It's a big deal to some people, so just being up front there. Now, I'm going to play both of these, and I'm going to compare the sound, and forgive this off-gassing nitro finish, but yes, they both have nitro finish. They both have satin neck. So mahogany versus Koa. Obviously, it's not going to sound exactly the same, but I don't think they're too far off to where you can't, understand why I'm comparing both of these. They make a 00028 Modern Deluxe. They make all kinds of Modern Deluxes. I think the mahogany is a pretty cool comparison of the Koa. This will obviously have the lion's share of that warmth and mid-range because it's mahogany, but Koa's got a ton of mid-range. It's got, it's not so far off that it's a ridiculous comparison. So if you want to take a listen, we got two VTS tops with two really nice sets of different woods and some specs that kind of mirror each other and kind of don't. So let's take a listen so you can hear for yourself which one sounds better to your ears. Check it out. So there you have it. There's a quick and dirty overview of the specs of these two guitars and a quick and dirty jam on both of them. Now, obviously there's a sound difference. On this one, yes, I hear the warmth and the kind of like soft, mid-rangey, beautiful vibe. This one felt a little more punchy to me, but it does not sacrifice the mid-range kind of warmth over here. It's just different. And I think both of these, they're set up great. They both play great. So it's hard to pick for me. I think that, yes, they are very different, so they're probably right for two different players. But there's a couple things that I kind of want to talk about. First of all, the first two customs that we did, it was the OM with the slotted headstock, and it was the HD Wild Grain. And we got a lot of good reaction on both of those. We got a lot of good reaction on the Koas, and we intend to keep making some unique but still accessible custom pieces that make us excited. So my question for the culture out there is, would you rather see a customized Modern Deluxe that's built to spec as a Modern Deluxe? It's got all the same stuff, carbon fiber, comes with the liquid metals. It's got, you know, basically everything that a Modern Deluxe have, just with a few tweaks, be it inlays, be it different wood pairings, but same neck, same everything, keeping the Modern Deluxe formula? Or would you rather see more experimental things or even more vintage styled things that incorporate some of the components of the Modern Deluxe? Because both are available, and I'm planning on being at the factory before too long to kind of design the next round. For the old heads of the channel, I have not gotten approval to do a 0018 Modern Deluxe yet, even though we got the one off of that guitar and they said it wasn't going to be in production, and everybody fought over it and really, really wanted it. I really want to do that guitar, and hopefully when I get the green light, we can get a few of those in here to make some people happy. But I like the idea of customizing Modern Deluxe and just making a more deluxe Modern Deluxe. I also like the idea of doing something a little more old school and just bringing in some of my favorite features. So in order for us to do this successfully, you need to watch this video, comment below, say what you like about ours, say what you like about this, what you don't like about either of them, and with enough group consensus, we can kind of piece together something that would be really unique and very cool. And I'm excited to get out there, pick some woods, do something unique. Hopefully that has not been done before. I've got a few ideas if you're interested in hearing them. I have a very, very old school idea that I would love to share and get people's thoughts on. But in the meantime, for something that's a little different, let me know what you think, because we need the response and kind of the engagement to know. We know what we like, but sometimes we're way off, and sometimes everybody else likes something, and we'd much rather bring you something that you really like, that we get behind, versus you having to kind of get behind something else. I think we've done great so far, but I want to grow this. I want to do more customs. I want to do some really fun stuff. So please let us know what you think. I think for me, Modern Deluxes, they've become such a rarity because they're not the easiest to get a hold of, that I get really excited whenever one comes in. On the other end, when I get to go to the factory and, you know, see a piece of wood that I picked out with those guys end up on a guitar, and then play the guitar and really love the sound and get to put it in people's hands over here and have them freak out about it, it's the best feeling in the world. So I love this guitar. I love the Modern Deluxes. I like the 0028. I like the D28. I like the D45 Modern Deluxe. When are we going to see one of those? Who's to say? But we're going to see one. And if you are choosing between the two of these and you can't decide, that one's got a volute. All right, the custom Koa has a volute. So, you know, I made your decision for you. But if you want to see the grain patterns that we have left on these, I think we got maybe one or two of the HD28 wild grains. If you want to see those and pick between those, let us know. There's on our website, which is alamomusic.com, there's a little chat thing. It's got my face on it, so you know that, you know, it's going to get in the right hands. Send me a message. We'll get you some photos. We will do whatever we need to help you find the right one. We got a few of these left. All the grain is pretty, but they're all pretty different. So it's worth it to kind of go through, pick the right one. And that goes for any guitar. If we've got multiples of it, we will send you the photos of it so you can pick which one you like best. So let me know what you think. I dig this guitar, I dig the other guitar, I dig all guitars. They've all got something good going on for them, but help me figure out what the expanse of this channel, what you guys would like to see, because if it doesn't exist, I would love to be the guy that helps bring it to life, and the guys at Martin would love to do the same thing. They're good people, we're having fun, so we'd love to kind of be more of a collaborative experience with the people that like this channel, because it makes it more of a fulfilling thing when the guitars come in a year. And also, just a side note, the custom OMs, they all sold out pretty fast. That was a while ago. We do have more on order, so if you're interested in one of those, we'll get them probably around March. If you're watching this now, it's about to head into October. We'll have some of those. We got cool stuff coming in. We got deep body OMs with flame mahogany. I mean, have you ever heard of that before? OM18, deep body? It's gonna be wild. So stick around, subscribe to the channel, and turn your notifications on. If any of the stuff that I said in this video gets you excited, please reach out and we can geek out about it, and we can wait in anticipation for all the great Martin guitars that are gonna come over the next year. It's gonna be a great time. So thank you very much for watching. We will see you next time.